Visit worldrolodex.com/ultramanifestation to learn more. Email number 1 mysterious, high click-through rates subject, what Einstein knew about The Secret. What do Einstein, Tesla, and even Nostradamus have in common? They all knew something about the nature of reality. No, it wasn't the theory of relativity or the secrets of alternating electrical current. It was about the nature of reality, the human mind, and the key everyone possesses to unlock the ability to manifest anything you wish, simply by retuning your mind. Take a look at this shocking video that explains everything below. Name, email number 2 short, high click-through rate, with pictures ultra subject, you need this more than you think you do subject, missing manifestation ingredient subject, one little change that saved my life pre-headline, the more I thought about it yesterday the more I am convinced pre-headline, this'll change the way you view manifestation. Pre-headline, this helped me put things back. First name _fix, someone inside this newsletter, named Michael, replied to one of my emails asking, what do you wish you would have known when you started your manifestation journey? I love this question. Why? Because he's basically asking me to sort through almost a decade of trying a bunch of stuff and figuring out the hard way what works and what doesn't in the land of personal development. So I'm glad he asked. I would have to admit, this was harder than it looks. The more I thought about it yesterday the more I am convinced that it's this one specific little change. It's something I wish I could have done this sooner. Now, while I ended up eventually doing it back in 2017 when I was in my all-time low, it helped me put things back in perspective. And I'm glad I did. Because it was so foreign to me at the time, I had zero idea that such a thing exists, let alone possible. Ignoring it caused me to get stuck on my reality of what's possible. Sigh only if I had done it sooner, then it would have saved me lots of wasted effort, money and time trying to get this whole manifestation thing to work for me. But I guess it's never too late. So to answer Michael's question, here's a quick little video that answers it. If you think these cars are of different sizes, then you probably need this more than you think you do. Take this insight to heart and I promise it'll change the way you look at personal development. Email number 3 medium length, engaging story with pictures subject, I never knew this was possible subject, proof that our reality is fake subject, closely guarded reality altering secret pre-headline, I had no idea such a thing exists let alone possible. Pre-headline, take a look at this picture and tell me what you see. Pre-headline, this is how you make the impossible look normal. But I don't want to be like Dad. I remember saying this to my mom. It was at the dinner table when she asked me what course I wanted to take up after graduating. And to be honest, I had no idea. I had no plans. And not a single clue about the life I wanted. All I knew was that I didn't want to end up like my dad. You see, my dad worked 12 hours a day in a semiconductor company, doing which for me is mindless work. His job is to make sure that each chip is up to company standards. He did all 12 hours a day while wearing a white hazmat suit. Doesn't sound all too thrilling for me. If standing 12 hours straight is your thing, that's cool. But I know I do not want that kind of life. And I think one of the reasons why I had a hard time finding out what I wanted was because of the limited options presented in front of me. My dad worked in a factory. My mom was a housewife. My entire reality about making money is very blue collar. I never knew much about what's possible. I didn't know that people started businesses. I didn't even have a clue you could make money doing what you love. All I know is you need to graduate, so you could at least be considered for a decent job, and work your ass off until you retire. But this just goes to show how much role our reality plays in our everyday lives. First name _fix. In fact, one of my first mentors blew my mind when I found out he was making 6 figures a year online. I had no idea such a thing exists, let alone possible. That was so foreign to me at the time. In other words, our minds alter our perception of reality. Want proof? Take a look at this picture for at least 3 seconds. Which car looks the biggest to you? The one in the front, middle, or furthest away? If you're curious to find out what the answer is, click here. You see, our physical reality itself is the neural manifestation of your consciousness. Which is why it is easy to stay stuck in our reality of what's possible. For someone just making ends meet working in a factory, having a 6-figure business working at home looks impossible. Unless our brain can make sense of it, there's little to zero chances of that reality happening to us. You have to believe it's possible first. And the best way to do that is to force your mind open and rewire it to take on a new reality. 'Cause once you do that, the impossible starts looking normal to you. It will look like the next logical step. That's what happened to me. It's how I went from a high school kid who thought my only job opportunity was counting beans, to someone who's making a good living sharing to people the things I love doing. It wouldn't have happened if I stayed on my own reality, the one that the world forced me to accept and exposed my mind to what's possible. It's a simple idea, sure, but one that can have a big payoff in the long run. Go here to access this simple, yet closely guarded reality-altering secret. Sign off. Email number 4. Good story swipes, medium-length subject, the hockey secret to a life well-lived subject, the simple truth to a better life subject, you're not psychic. Pre-headline, the greatest hockey player of all time. Pre-headline, when was the last time? Pre-headline, this may be coincidence for most people but, first name _ fix, you've probably heard of Wayne Gretzky, who may just be the greatest hockey player of all time. Interesting though. He wasn't the biggest guy on the ice. He wasn't the fastest skater. And he didn't have the hardest slap shot. But despite not being the most talented guy out there, he was the ultimate scoring machine. He's so prolific, the second guy who had the most regular season points in professional hockey history has 1,000 less points than him. And when Gretzky was asked, what's the number one secret to your success, here's what he said: a good hockey player plays where the puck is. A great hockey player, however, creates plays to get the puck to him. Simple yet profound. Now, if you substituted the word person for hockey player and play for reality, you now hold the simple secret to a better life. Because here's the thing. Most people wait for their reality to change. Now, I don't know about you, but that strategy rarely works. Think about it. When was the last time you waited for something grand or magical to happen and end up disappointed? Probably more times that you can count. But in the same breath, I bet there are times when you think of someone right before they text or call you. Or you dream about someone and find out they wanted to talk. That right there is not coincidence. And nope, it doesn't mean you're psychic. That's you unconsciously changing your reality. Your thoughts alone is enough to literally affect reality through the very energy that matter it emits. Now, my clients have been taking advantage of this loophole for years now while the masses remain clueless. So if changing your current reality is something you've been meaning to improve, this short presentation will spill the beans. Sign off. Email 3. Subject, just when you almost made it, this happens. Subject, are you putting yourself back in prison? Subject, how to create your own reality. Pre-headline, there's a risk of losing it all. Pre-headline, not many people know this. Pre-headline, before you start imagining a grim reality. First name _ fix, not sure if you heard about this news, but there was a group of 4 men from a jail in Mississippi who almost made it. Their plan? Break out of jail. Then rob a convenience store. Sounds reasonable. Until the part where they tried to break back into jail for fear of getting caught. Now it may seem funny at first glance, yet it's dangerously familiar, like when people first make a conscious effort to gain the money, health, and power you desire. The reality of the many moving parts. The endless number of roads to choose from. The risk of losing it all. It can be pretty scary. And instead of moving forward, they put themselves back to the same prison they were once in. After all, it's much safer in there. I should know. I've been through the same thing. And most of my students have gone through the same experience before finding their way out of lack, sickness, discouragement, and fear. But ever since they found out that the physical reality itself is simply the neural manifestation of their consciousness, that's when things started changing for the better. Why wouldn't it when you realize you can simply create a reality your own? So before you start putting yourself back into a corner, I suggest you watch this short presentation. Just a bit of a warning, it's not for everyone. What you're about to be exposed to would shock most ordinary people. Because it contains the truth about effortlessly having wealth, fulfilling, and purpose-rich life you've imagined for yourself all these years. And the truth is never always easy to accept. But if you think you're ready, click here and immediately change your reality. To a new world of miracles and magic. Alexander Wilson. Email number 5 Emotional appeal with image. Ultra manifestation. Email swipe number 1 FROMLINE. Alternate subject line. First name, are you living in an upward spiral or a downward spiral? Alternate subject line. First name, is your energy flowing in an upward spiral or a downward spiral? First name, I want to ask you a personal question. Are you living the life of your dreams? Are all of your days filled with joy, gratitude, love, passion, enthusiasm, and contentment? Are living a life filled with abundant health, financial freedom, and magical days with your twin flame? If you answered, yes, I am, then I'm super happy for you. Congratulations. But if you answered, no, or not quite, it's possible that you are caught up in a downward spiral. What is a downward spiral, you might be wondering? Here is an image to help me explain it a bit better. Energy flows upward, in a positive direction, or downward, in a negative direction. When things are going well in life, it's much easier to stay on the upward side of the spiral where all of the positive emotions are. But we are human. And bad stuff happens in all our lives from time to time. And sometimes negative things occur in a manner that can make it challenging to stay in a positive mindset and heart space. And I'm sure you know how important vibration is to be able to manifest positive things in your life. When you are stuck in the negative emotions of a downward spiral, perhaps feeling doubt or disappointment that things aren't changing quickly enough, it can feel like climbing a steep mountain in the dark trying to get out of that mindset and vibration. Just as positive emotions create positive vibrations that attract positive experiences into our lives, negative emotions create negative vibrations that attract negative experiences. There are a few important things I want you to remember about the downward spiral. 1. Everyone spends time there at some point. 2. If you feel stuck there, it's not your fault. 3. Often to get back on an upward spiral, you might need help. See, when in a downward spiral, your life experiences will be the result of your negative vibration and can further reinforce the negative emotions you have been feeling. It's really hard for the conscious mind to just override that and stay positive. Thankfully, you don't have to. I recently discovered a powerful new technology that can help anyone shift their life dramatically and quickly by working directly with the subconscious in only 60 seconds. I know that sounds crazy. But it isn't. It actually works. There is a really cool video that explains how all of this advanced technology works right here. If you've been feeling stuck, this just might be the answer you have been searching for. I strongly urge you to take a few minutes to check out this powerful new technology that works in only 60 seconds. And, please, let me know how it shifts your life back into an upward spiral. Your name. Email number 7 Wealth Angle Ultra Manifestation. Email swipe number 3 FROMLINE. Your name. Subject, from homeless and depressed to a millionaire. Alternate subject line, this millionaire used to be homeless and depressed. Alternate subject line, first name, I wonder if you will believe this crazy story, it's true though. First name, I have to tell you about this wild, almost unbelievable, story. I just read about this guy, David Sanderson, who was homeless and battling with addiction and depression. He was also suffering from multiple chronic health issues, until he discovered a secret that enabled him to become a millionaire. After discovering and using this secret, he got a job he loved. He got his health back. He even gave up alcohol and miraculously got rid of his stutter. Then he shared this secret with his mom, who had just gotten out of an abusive relationship and was in bad health, and astonishing things started to happen to her as well. Her type 2 diabetes all but disappeared. Her high blood pressure went back to normal ranges. She was no longer feeling tired, agitated, and most of all, depressed. Within a month or so, she ended up meeting her soulmate and ended up getting married within a year's time. He discovered that listening to some strange audio tracks allowed him to align his subconscious with the universe so he could begin manifesting amazing things in his life. By using a combination of the absolute purest isochoric tones, alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves, delta waves, ancient chant mantras, and other sacred frequencies, he created powerfully transformative audios. After creating and using these audios, he became a millionaire, met the love of his life, and began enjoying a life filled with joy and abundance. These audios focus on tuning your subconscious in order to maximize your ability to attract wealth, health, and any other positive manifestations into your life, while simultaneously keeping negative manifestations out of your life. This is exactly what he used to go from being homeless to becoming a millionaire. He said his entire mindset was changed and it seemed money and good fortune just continuously flowed into his life. After he had such major transformations in his life, he wanted to see how these audios would work for others. So he went back to the local park and shared his discovery with homeless people he'd met during his time out in the cold. Most of them had been homeless for decades, and many were in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Almost all of them had some sort of health problem. So he created a homeless life-changing group, where he played his brand new Ultra Manifestation audios for the people who were interested before they slept. And within 2 months, the results were astounding. You could see the results of their internal roadmaps being aligned with the universe. More than 90% of the participants of both genders were able to turn their lives around. All of them were able to get part-time or even full-time work and started their process of reintegrating with society. Not to mention their health conditions drastically improved. Although the results were impressive, he wanted to make sure that this would work for anyone. So he made a public group on Facebook and invited 500 beta testers to try it out for just 30 days just to see what would happen. And the results were nothing short of amazing. In fact, here's what some of them had to say. Jane, 45 from Dallas said, "I can't believe how easy this is. At first I was skeptical as hell, but since I was having sleeping problems I thought what the heck. And I'm so glad I did. Within 2 weeks I could see and feel that I was happier and people were asking me what happened to me." Taylor, 45 from New York said, "Thank you so much. Because of your program, I'm now able to consistently close clients that pay $10,000. Before I tried your program, I'd close maybe one of them a month, but in the past 2 weeks alone, I closed 8 clients." Robin, 38 from Texas emailed us, "I've had limiting beliefs for my entire life. I know this because I have tried so many law of attraction things and none of it worked. But now, after trying Ultra Manifestation, it's by far the easiest and most effective. Every aspect of my life has improved for the better. I want to make sure you are able to experience life-changing results like Jane, Taylor, and Robin. And if this can help incredibly depressed homeless people to completely transform their lives, which it did, imagine what it can do for you. Maybe you aren't satisfied with your financial situation. Maybe you suffer from ill health. Maybe you have a feeling of general unhappiness. These powerful audios will align your consciousness with the laws of the universe so that your internal roadmap will be permanently altered to manifest the amazing life that you desire and deserve. There is nothing to learn. All you need to do is listen to the audios right over your computer, cell phone, or any other sound device, and within 60 seconds, you can start the first step to designing your destiny. I absolutely guarantee these audios will work for you, regardless of what you want in life. It doesn't matter if you want to make more money. It doesn't matter if you want to be more fit and healthier. It doesn't matter if you want better relationships. These powerful audios alter your thought waves and brain consciousness to a level that will grant all this to you and more. Right now you're here because you do not yet have a solid internal roadmap and your brain is manifesting and emitting frequencies that are attracting things in your life that negatively impact you. But this changes now. It changes today. And the best thing is, all it takes is 60 seconds to start the mental rewiring process. These audios are nothing like what is currently out there. They directly transform your thought process at the fundamental level so the very thoughts inside of your subconscious mind manifest the reality that you desire. No matter what kind of abundance you seek. So take a few minutes to see how these powerful audios can transform your current life into your dream life by just listening for 60 seconds a day. And be sure to let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear your powerful transformation story. Your name. Visit worldrolodex.com/ultramanifestation to learn more.